Hello again, fight fans. Here we are again with another exciting episode of Icon TV. Tonight we start with a look back at Angels of Death 2 Nightmare on Highstreet. Starting the main portion of the card was a welterweight war between Phil Ayler and Julio Escobar. Escobar knew that a loss here would put him squarely in the middle of the herd. Both men needed a win in order to further their careers and progress towards a title shot. Unfortunately for Escobar, he was unable to get anything going on the ground, and Ayler's flawless defense earned him the unanimous decision. Following that, Rumpelstiltskin battled Jesse Grimes in the middleweight division. Grimes has had trouble against top-ranked competition in the past, and this time was no different. Stiltskin survived an early takedown and came back with some picture-perfect strikes that moved him to 7-3 and put Grimes right back into the line of fire. Next, Jesus Sanchez fought Neo Nova for the Bantam Bantamweight title, vacated because of Jack Merle's inactivity. Nova came into the fight undefeated, while Sanchez had recently got back to his winning ways following a 3-fight losing streak. Neither fighter showed any sign of weakness as they slugged it out for 4 rounds. However, fatigue was surely a factor coming into the 5th and championship round, and Sanchez took Nova down and was just a little too sloppy in his defense. Nova locked up a triangle for the win and the title just 47 seconds into the 5th round. In the co-main event of the evening, Bob Marley put his super heavyweight title on the line against the equally enormous Rock Meatbrick in a fight these guys have waited for a long time. This matchup should be very familiar to the longtime fight fans. This was the 4th time the two met in a very storied series of grudge matches. Marley had most recently starched Meatbrick in just 5 seconds to take the super heavyweight title. Meatbrick came into this fight looking to take back the title and show his loss was only a fluke. In the 5-round war that determined the fate of the championship belt, Marley failed to land any offense, while Meatbrick repeatedly took him down and dominated him with ground and pound. Meatbrick may think he settled the debate once and for all, but I get the feeling that the feud is far from over. And in the main event of the evening, Fire Asher attempted to further cement his legacy over Juan Escobar. Previously, Asher had lost in a move up to the 155-pound division to challenge for Escobar's title, so Escobar made the move down to 145 to challenge for Asher's. With his back against the wall, Asher fought in one of his greatest performances to date. His ground game looked sharp, and he avoided the majority of the strikes thrown by Escobar. However, Escobar began to turn around in the championship rounds, but it was too little, too late. With the fans cheering wildly, it was announced that Fire Asher had retained his title with a unanimous decision. Now, on to the next event, Angels of Death 3. To start the main portion of the card is a bout between Alex Burkhart and Oscar Diaz at 135 pounds. Burkhart is a sprawler and brawler that has been very difficult to take down in the past. This is unfortunate for Diaz, who really needs to get this fight to the ground to gain any kind of advantage. However, don't count Diaz out. He's a cerebral fighter that knows he must stop his current losing streak with this fight. Following that, General Zod meets Alex Jones in the heavyweight division. Both fighters sport 5-3 records. However, Zod has never been finished and is a former champion. Both men are known for their submission game, but Zod may very well attempt to turn this into a boxing match. Jones may just want to take this war of inches and push the pace with his wrestling skills. Then, Vasily Grigorovich squares off with Rumpelstiltskin. These fighters are both very experienced with 7-3 records, former Combat Pro West fighters who have come over to the Angels of Death. Grigorovich is known as a very small middleweight and will likely make the transition to welterweight if his current winning streak doesn't continue. Look for Stiltskin to use his size to his advantage and to force Grigorovich into a boxing match. Stiltskin knows he has to string together a series of wins if he wants to get into the title picture. In the co-main event of the evening, first, in the blue corner, managed by Joe Epic, sponsored by Nemesis Cage Clothing in Los Angeles and training at a Future Man gym, the former light heavyweight champion, Lee Motagua. His opponent, standing in the red corner, managed by Mac McNulty, sponsored by Diamond Design Clothing in St. Petersburg and Syndicate Drugs in Rio de Janeiro, training at a Full Contact Fight Club, the former light heavyweight champion, John Henry, the Man of Steel Irons. In this classic grudge match bout, we have two former champions who have previously fought each other for the title. Irons handed Motagua his first ever loss via submission, and this is now Motagua's opportunity to not only avenge his loss, but catapult himself back into the title picture. A win here shows that Irons is still deserving of his high rank and he could not very well get the rematch with Partey for the title that he so desires. And in the main event of the evening, introducing first, the challenger, standing in the blue corner, managed by Alexander DeWalt, training out of Mary Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu, Jarius Jerome, and his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, managed by Cat Partey, sponsored by Blueprint Clothing in Rio de Janeiro, training out of Broken Halo Combat Club, the reigning, defending, undisputed light heavyweight champion, Dog Partey. Partey is coming off his magnificent upset win over John Henry Irons and is putting his title on the line against the very dangerous and seasoned veteran Jarius Jerome. This fight is a big opportunity for Jerome, who has had trouble at the higher levels in the past, and a big challenge for Partey. Jerome will look to turn this into a boxing match where he has a distinct advantage. However, Partey may be inclined to just stand and bang, where he has won the majority of his fights. Will Partey show a new game plan, or will Jerome finally reach the upper echelons of the sport after toiling on the mid-card? This third bout between these two epic fighters should be an epic and classic match, cementing Icon as one of the top-tier orgs in our city. Buy your tickets early if you want to find out. This event is sure to sell out quickly. Just another quick note, fans, here for myself. Want to let you know Icon Super Fight 1 is just on the horizon. This is going to be the biggest event in Icon's history and should propel us into the very top tier orgs in the game. We'll be selling out University Park, hopefully. 14,000 screaming fans hopefully will be on hand next week on December 19th. Fighters from Rio de Janeiro, New York, St. Petersburg, Hilo, Tokyo, all over the world, coming here to begin the opening round of the Bantamweight Icon Super Fight Tournament. Definitely want to get your tickets to that. 14,000 screaming fans, University Park in Los Angeles, December 19th, Super Fight 1. It really is going to put us up there with the CFCs, the CFLs, the really big boys of this game today. Thank you guys all for being here. I apologize to all the fighters who've had a delay in fight offers. It takes a lot of dough to book one of these big arenas. I really appreciate your patience and sticking with me. As soon as the event is done on December 15th, I will be booking 2 new events, and all you guys who haven't had fight offers in a while will be getting them, that's for sure. I've hired a new matchmaker, Brandon Lovelady. He'll be helping us out in making the matchups for the fights in the future. He'll also be helping out Icon Kings of Rio. We've got some really big plans. The Ultimate Icon is just around the horizon, which is going to be a great animated series, bringing you a tough style competition. Some of the best welterweights in Los Angeles today, with the winner gaining entrance into the Icon Super Tournaments in February for the 170-pound division. Well, that's it, folks. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I enjoy making the videos for you. Thanks for being a part of Icon. Stick with us. Big things in the future coming. Let's kick some ass.